Hi everyone, it's KJ, my tech guy here, and I'm back with another highly requested review. I'm going to be checking out the AirPods Pro in this video. I've been using them for a little over 2 weeks now, and I'm just going to talk about how they factor into my day-to-day, and I'm also going to give you some cheaper alternatives that I've also been using quite often. First off, let's get into design. A lot of people clowned it in the beginning because it looks like a hair dryer and it looks like that Pokemon Bellsprout. And to that, I'd say that if you were cool with the original AirPods design, you'll like these even better. The part with the new rubber tip that resembles the hair dryer sits inside of your ear, so it'll never be visible while you have them in your ear. Then the stem itself is significantly shorter than the regular AirPods stem is. The fact that the stem doesn't hang below my earlobe has allowed me to keep them in a lot more than I would of the regular AirPods. I can do things like change my shirt and keep the AirPods in and they won't fall out. Functionally, I've gotten really used to the pressure gestures at this point. So it has gotten very easy for me to play and pause the music with one press or switch between songs with 2 or 3 presses. It's actually more of a slight squeeze than it is a touch, and you get some haptic feedback so you know when you're doing any sort of gesture or not. It's also very easy to toggle between noise cancelling modes and transparent mode, which is a huge plus for me. You can either long squeeze the stem, go into the control panel on your iPhone, or you can ask Siri to turn on noise cancelling. And if you ever take an AirPods Pro out of your ear, the music will automatically pause too. Speaking of noise cancelling, the main selling point of these earphones are that they have active noise cancelling on board. This means that it uses its microphones to pick up ambient audio and cancels out any sounds by playing an opposite amplitude signal back to you. This actually works surprisingly well and gives you noise cancelling features that you usually need over-ear headphones for. In my experience, you can even just put the AirPods Pro in your ears without music playing, and they'll already cancel out a good deal of noise. I've even used the AirPods Pro to help me fall asleep when people were being noisy outside my room, and it worked very well. Whether I'm trying to study or do a problem set, the noise cancelling helps me tune everything out. I've even been able to use the noise cancelling of the AirPods Pro in a gym setting, which I've never experienced before because I never like getting my over-ear headphones sweaty. And it's actually pretty cool, like tuning everything out in a gym while doing sets. With the AirPods Pro, you're getting a device that just works. It even surprisingly works well with Android phones, but you don't get the autoplay pause feature when you take it out of your ear and put it back in. If you have an iPhone, you'll always be able to automatically connect by just opening the case near the phone. Then the volume toggle will show a little AirPods Pro icon, and it's here where you can manually toggle between noise cancelling, transparent mode, and normal mode where neither is on. Transparent mode is another mode that actually works surprisingly well. It uses the microphone and streams in extra audio so that you can hear what's happening around you. And unlike other earphones I've tested, it doesn't over-amplify everything to the point where it sounds like you have super hearing and it just sounds bad. This transparent mode works really well. One of the AirPods Pro's selling point is their battery life for how compact both it and its carrying case are. In my experience, the AirPods Pro lasts about 4 hours, and the case does add an extra 20 hours. If you pop them back into the case, you can get another hour of listening and about 5 minutes of charging, which is convenient. The case itself charges via lightning cable and can also wirelessly charge, so that's another plus. In terms of sound quality, a lot of the people that I've let try the AirPods Pro are surprised by the audio, and so was I. The audio is just very solid, it's very well balanced, and has decent bass. And you factor in the noise cancelling, everything just sounds a little bit clearer than the old AirPods. It's not about to compete with the best noise cancelling over-ear headphones by any means, but I don't think anybody was expecting that to be the case. Instead, they're just a solid pair of earphones that have given me basically no functional issues since I've owned them. The only real negative I see is that there isn't really a gesture to raise or lower the volume, and I don't really like asking Siri just to raise the volume up a notch when I don't have my phone on me. Other than that, I really don't have any gripes with these earphones. There are earphones out right now that have better sound quality, like the Sennheiser True Momentum Wireless, and there are earphones that fit better in your ear, like the Jaybird Vistas. However, the AirPods Pros do a very good job at all of those things, and even though the AirPods Pros aren't the best in any one category, they're so good at everything that as a whole package, I don't think there are a pair of earphones out right now that are overall better than the AirPods Pros. But at $250, they are quite expensive, so for the rest of this video, I wanted to mention some earphones that are less expensive that I've actually used quite a bit and like a great deal. The first option are the Jaybird Vista. I had already reviewed the Jaybird Run, but the case was just way too big. It used micro USB and its buttons were too hard to press. This time around, Jaybird had fixed all the gripes I had with the Runs. Now the case is very compact, it uses USB-C, and the buttons are a lot easier to press. The Jaybird Vista are by far the most secure fitting earphones I've ever tried as well. If I knew I was going on a bike ride or run or working out with a lot of movement, I'm going to go with the Vista because I'm not worried one bit that they will somehow fall out of my ears. The fit is just that secure. The secure fit also helps with natural noise isolation. They don't have active noise cancelling, but the seal is so good and it almost feels like there's noise cancelling going on. In terms of sound quality, the sound quality is good. It does have a lot of bass, but it's not as well balanced as, say, the AirPods Pros are. They last around 6 hours on a single charge, and its case can add an extra 10 hours of battery life. As a whole package, the Jaybird Vista are actually another really great option, and as they retail for $170, they're $80 cheaper than the AirPods Pros are. Another lesser expensive option that I've used a lot in the past are the Samsung Galaxy Buds. Samsung tried to undercut the competition in terms of price with the Galaxy Buds, and they actually did a solid job. At $130, the Galaxy Buds are the most affordable earphones that I'd consider are quality enough to use on a daily basis as a top-tier true wireless earphones. The Galaxy Buds have 6 hours of battery life, and the case can add another 7 hours. The case itself can wirelessly charge, and if you have a phone that has reverse wireless charging, that means you can charge your Galaxy Buds straight from your device. Also, if you have a Samsung Galaxy device, you can connect to your phone similarly to how the AirPods can connect to an iPhone. You can just open the case nearby the phone and it'll automatically connect, and the connection's pretty seamless. The Galaxy Buds are light, very small and minimal, and have intuitive touch gestures. However, the sound quality is just not up to par with the other true wireless earphones out right now. The sound is very well balanced in the highs and mids, but the Galaxy Buds leave much to be desired in the bass department. But at $130, it's hard to complain too much because they're half the price of the AirPods Pro. So that's all I had to talk about today. Hopefully this video helped you out if you were deciding on whether or not to buy the AirPods Pro. They're a really solid pair of earphones and they're personally my favorite. But at $250, you have to really sit and think about what you want most in a pair of earphones and if that is justified in the price. If you haven't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter as I'm updating those a lot. Leave me a question in the comments section of one of my pictures and I'll try to get back to you. As for this channel, make sure to subscribe and have the notification bell clicked to stay up to date on my latest videos. And as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.